Ambe Steels, जे बन्छ दिगो बन्छ। Real, जमघट जहाँ Real Party Pack त्यहाँ।
Proud to be associated with Kantipur News.
Former Prime Minister Madhav Kumar Nepal appeared before the special court today to record his statement in the Patanjali land corruption case. In Parliament, lawmakers stressed the need to free the police organization from political interference, saying promotions and transfers should not longer depend on leaders' doors. In international news, tensions ease as the Iran-Israel ceasefire holds. However, U.S. President Donald Trump claims of total obliteration of Iran's nuclear program. NATO leaders, meanwhile, are pushing for higher defense spending. Good evening, I am April Agising Lama. These are the headlines of the hour. Former Prime Minister Madhav Kumar Nepal appears at special court in Patanjali land case. CIAA demands fine and prison term for former Prime Minister over corruption allegations. Bagmati government restores flood-damaged Hetauda Kathmandu Road. PR infrastructure company completes key repairs, easing travel before monsoon. U.S. President Donald Trump claims Iran's nuclear program set back decades by recent U.S. military strikes, despite an intelligence report casts doubt on their success. And Lumini Lions retain Rohit Paudel and 5 other for Nepali Premier League Season 2. Franchise releases 5 players after disappointing debut season. Welcome back. Former Prime Minister and Chair of CPN Unified Socialist Madhav Kumar Nepal appeared before the special court today to provide his statement in the Patanjali land corruption case. The Commission for the Investigation of Abuse of Authority, CIAA, had filed a case on June 5th against Nepal and 92 others in connection with alleged irregularities in the land transaction involving Patanjali Yogpith. A 3-judge bench comprising Justices Tejnarayan Singh Rai, Ram Bahadur Thapa and Bidur Koirala recorded Nepal's statement, which lasted nearly 4 hours. Following the testimony, the court commenced the bail hearing. Over 100 legal professionals have registered to represent Nepal. However, only selected senior advocates including Govinda Bandi, Sambhu Thapa, Gopal Krishna Ghimire, Kedar Prasad Koirala, Raman Kumar Shrestha, Sabita Bhandari, Tikaram Bhattrai, Baburam Dahal and Chandrakant Gyawali will argue today's proceedings. Nepal's defense team is expected to request his release on a general date to allow the case to proceed. Government prosecutors will defend the case filed by the CIAA. The agency demands compensation fines and imprisonment against Nepal, citing financial damages accounting to approximately 185.85 million Nepali rupees. The case involves allegations that Patanjali Yogpith acquired land of an exemption from land sealing regulations for the purpose of medicinal herb farming and Ayurvedic hospital construction. Subsequent investigations revealed that the land initially granted under exemption by the then government was later sold through a cabinet decision, prompting the CIAA's probe. Now, travel along the Hetauda Kulekhani Sisneri Kathmandu Road has significantly improved after major repair and blacktopping work was completed nearly 10 months after flood in September 2023 washed away key sections, including a concrete bridge. The Ministry of Physical Infrastructure Development of Bagmati Province oversaw the reconstruction, with PR infrastructure company blacktopping 12.6 kilometers of the Kulekhani Hume Bajang section completed before the monsoon. The 407.2 million project has eased travel for thousands of daily commuters and residents. The road now serves people from several districts including Kathmandu, Makwanpur, Chitwan and the Tarai regions. Indian pilgrims heading to Kathmandu are also using the route. Additional repair work included rebuilding 300 meters in Sisneri, about worth 10 million Nepali rupees, and 600 meters in Jamire, 44.5 million Nepali rupees. Construction of a new concrete bridge over the Mahalakshmi River is underway, while a temporary Bailey bridge is being built in Simkholi, Kulekhani to restore full connectivity. It is time for our segment, Public Polls, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
Yesterday's question: what do you think of the high-level committee formed by the government to probe into the immigration and visit visa case? Your options are A. Truth should be revealed, B. Skeptic of collusion, C. Pacifying the opposition, or D. No comment. Visit www.kantipurtv.com or www.ekantipur.com to share your opinion with us. Now, Lalitpur Metropolitan City has launched a new digital employment portal aimed at promoting internal job opportunities. The software, named Digital Career Service, is designed to simplify the job search process for residents. Residents aged 18 to 59 living within the metropolitan area can register their details on the portal. Based on this information, employers will be able to offer job opportunities that match their requirements, facilitating easier access to local employment. Now, Labour, Employment and Social Security Minister Sarat Singh Bhandari has highlighted the importance of empowering youth who return home after acquiring skills abroad to become leaders of development. Speaking at the opening session of the Asia Gulf Cooperation Country and Asia 9GCC Dialogue on Safe, Dignified and Orderly Migration, Minister Bhandari stressed the need to utilize the skills of migrant workers to drive national progress. He described the dialogue as a vital platform for promoting human dignity and human rights, welcoming participation from the International Organization for Migration and other representatives. Minister Bhandari also emphasized the importance of strengthening mutual understanding between labour sending and labour receiving countries, particularly from the perspective of nations like Nepal that supply migrant workers. Welcome back. Based on the statute of the ruling Nepali Congress, its 15th General Convention must be held in the Nepalese month of Mangshir this year, which is around 5 months away. However, considering the party's technical and managerial preparations, it seems almost certain that the convention will not be held on time. Party President Sher Bahadur Deuba is also preparing to use the provision in the statute that allows him to postpone the convention. Meanwhile, another faction within the party is warning that if the convention is delayed to 2083 PS, it could negatively affect the 2027 elections. We have a report.
The statute of ruling Nepali Congress mandates a general convention in every 4 years, which, based on the last convention, should be called for the Nepalese month of Mangshir of the ongoing year. If the party were to stay on schedule, the list of active members should have been finalized and a full schedule released by now. To hold the Central General Convention, the party must first complete conventions at 8 levels, from the local to provincial levels, which requires at least 1 year. However, elections at even the ward level have not begun. The list of active members must also be finalized before the ward level conventions begin.
वार्डबाट आइसकेको छैन वडाले फेरि अब पालिकामा बुझाउनु पर्ने पालिकाले प्रदेश सभामा बुझाउँछ प्रदेश सभाले क्षेत्रमा बुझाउँछ क्षेत्रले जिल्लालाई बुझाउँछ अहिले रिनु नै पूर्णता भइसकेको छैन.
Based on Clause 43 of the party's statute, the term for all office bearers at every level is 4 years. However, in exceptional circumstances, the Central Committee has the authority to extend this term by 1 year with a clear justification. In the previous term, Party President Sher Bahadur Deuba used this provision to postpone the convention by 1 year. Even now, leaders close to Deuba say the convention will be held only after utilizing all the options provided by the statute and constitution.
अब हाम्रो विधान संविधान यो सबै म्याद जति हुनेछ त्यो सबैले भ्याएसम्म जान्छ होला. त्यो सबै प्रयोग गर्नुहुन्छ? सबै प्रयोग हुन्छ होला.
The Statute of Nepali Congress allows postponing the convention only under extraordinary circumstances such as pandemics, disasters, or national crises that make it impossible to conduct the convention. However, Deuba has made a habit of using this provision routinely. Leaders from the opposition faction, including Shekhar Koirala, argue that the lack of finalized active membership and the absence of a schedule point to intentional delays by the leadership. They warn that the dissatisfaction caused by postponement will have repercussions in the next general elections.
त्यस्तै अप्ठ्यारो पर्दा विशेष परिस्थिति पर्दा मात्रै हो अप्ठ्यारो फुकाउने हिसाबले तर त्यसको अर्थ 4 वर्षमा गर्ने नै हो तर हामी त्यसको प्र्याक्टिसमा ल्याइसक्यौँ हामी सबै सभापतिहरूले सबै समयमा यसको सुविधा लिन थाले यो पनि लिन आवश्यक थिएन
As per the 7-point agreement between Nepali Congress and CPN-UML, Sher Bahadur Deuwa is set to become Prime Minister in about 13 months. Accordingly, Deuwa is expected to assume the premiership after Asar of the year 2083 BS, which is a year later. His desire to become Prime Minister and his strategy to balance internal party dynamics make it clear that the postponement of the General Convention is part of a calculated plan. This move, experts say, is likely to have long-term effects on party unity, transparency and the strategy for upcoming elections. With Pashupati Burathuki on camera, a report by Prakash Bam for Kantipur News, Kathmandu.
Welcome back. It's time for Sports Update.
Sports News.
Lumbini Lions have officially announced their retained and released players for the second season of the Nepal Premier League. The team, looking to rebuild after a poor performance last season, confirmed the names through a press release issued earlier today. Star batter and team captain Rohit Paudel remains with the Lions as their marquee player. He is joined by 5 others retained players: Sandeep Jora, Dinesh Adhikari, Vivek Yadav, Tilak Bhandari and Abhishek Gautam. On the release list, the franchise has let go of Surya Thamang, Ashutosh Gairia, Durgesh Gupta, Vikas Agri and Arif Khan. The decision signals a strategic shift, particularly in the bowling department, which was identified as a major weakness during the last season. Lumbini Lions ended the first edition of the NPL at the bottom of the table. The team won just 1 out of 7 matches and lost the remaining 6, prompting management to make key changes ahead of the new season. Sudar Paschim Royals and Chitwan Rhinos have also published their retained and released players as teams across the league gear up for what is expected to be a more competitive and balanced second season. More player announcements and transfer updates are expected in the coming weeks as the NPL prepares for its return. That is all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Now our colleague Pushpa Keshi will join you shortly with more stories. Stay with us.